Hello guys, this is our theme-based project. Our theme-based project is named as eGuardian, which is something similar to the family monitoring system, which is existing from pre-old ages. This eGuardian is something different from the pre-existing one by making changes like, for example, in a pre-existing system, only family members could check their vitals. But here, we can customize our things like we can add our fellow members. A teacher can add different number of students, or a guardian can add any other members. Like friends can mutually see each other. All these features are added into this new eGuardian system. Our eGuardian system monitors several vital informations like pulse, changes in accelerometer, and GPS module data. We use sensors like, for pulse we used SCN 11574. For accelerometer we use MPU 6050. For GPS we used NEO 6M GPS. These all sensors provide us with vital information for monitoring a person. Okay, let's see the working of our project and code. Let's jump into the code first. Here we can see we use different libraries. These libraries are important for taking the data from the sensors. Here, if you see, here we assigned many variables. These variables are used in later. For example, here we write a get heart rate function. This function is normally calculates heart rate. Heart rate is nothing but BPM, blood pressure per minute. Here we calculate the seconds. We when the particular value which we are taken from an analog sensor reaches a particular threshold, more than the particular threshold, then we calculate it has a heartbeat or a pulse. Such type of pulses are counted, and after every 60 seconds, nothing but a minute, we will be assigning it as a blood pressure or BPM value. This is what happens in counting of blood pressure. uh, Next, when we get into the fall detection or tilt calculation, here we use MPU sensor. By using MPU sensor, we calculate, we get values like acceleration in x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis, and gravitational pull in x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. These six values are used to calculate the raw amplitude. This raw amplitude is normally between 0 to 1 in the range, but for our convenience, we multiply it with 10 to have a better calculation. When here for fall detection, we normally has a small problem like small changes are also detected by our gyrometer or accelerometer. But for a fall to happen, there are some preconditions like, these are the three conditions we use as three triggers for detect as a fall. Here, for the first trigger to happen, the particular fall should take place. Nothing but the amplitude sudden changes should happen. When the sudden changes happens, the trigger one is activated. But for the trigger two, the change in the value should go beyond a limit such that we can sense that the particular person has fallen. Nothing but he is in the position of horizontal. Then for the trigger 3 to happen, the person should be in that position for at least 10 seconds. That means he has fallen and he has no movement. So that is the reason we activate the fall. And when the condition of fall is true, then we run the conditions of this. For example, when the fall is detected, we set the virtual pin V10 high for the blink. We'll get into blink later in this video. uh, After that, there is also other condition for the virtual right. That is nothing but when the BPM value, the vitals, reach more than the threshold limit of 150, which is highly dangerous. Then then also this blink right V9 pin gets activated. These are all the things which we wrote as a code. But for the longitude and latitude, we didn't use code, but we directly sent the latitude and longitude information into the blink app, which actually uses it and displays it in the map. So let's get into the blink app to show the running of our apparatus. Yeah, you can see this is our Blink app. The Blink app has basically two features, sorry, three features. Here it visualizes BPM. When a pulse sensor gets into contact with a person, the BPM value gets noted. See, you can see the BPM. When I left the BPM, it gets back to zero position. And here you can see the latitude and longitude position marked on the map. This is a particular position of the device present here. So this is what the representation of GPS sensor data on the map. Here there are three triggers, nothing but trigger 1, trigger 2, trigger 3. Trigger 1 is nothing but when the BPM value goes beyond 150, this trigger gets activated and we get some mail. When this trigger when the when particular person has fallen, this trigger gets activated and the fall detection, we get the fall detection as a mail. But when this is nothing but the third webhook, nothing but this is a SOS button, a danger button. When this is pressed, we get the mail that the particular person is in danger or is in fall. So these are the features of it. Let's look into what happens when I press danger button. You can see I press the danger button. If I get into the mail, you can see the recent mails are he's in danger or he's fallen. This is the one of our best features, like SOS button. Now let's simulate the fall. When I simulate the fall, there are chances it gets shown on the tools like serial monitor. Let's look into the serial monitor. Here you can see the value of 13 is being displayed. This is nothing but the amplitude. Here now I am simulating the fall. When the fall is happened, the fall has detected and all the triggers have detected. When the fall is detected, you can see that we get a mail, again a mail. New mail has just come because the fall has been detected. You can just see that the fall has detected. Similarly, when the BPM value goes beyond 150, when the BPM value goes beyond 150, then also the mail will come. But we can't stimulate the BPM as 150. We have reduced uh, to lower values and we have checked it worked well. So this is our the functioning and process of the eGuardian app. Basically for visualization we use Blink app. Blink app is nothing but a sophisticated tool for presenting our raw information in a well structured manner, and it has many features like webhooks and triggers to be done, so it makes the app visible. For the present we have used only one tool or one ESP8266 for demonstration, so we are getting only this particular data. When when there are more number of ESP8266 or there are more people currently using this, then this particular app can be modified such that it can be made into a group where each person can see the others vitals and others information, and when particular person is in danger, whole group gets notified. These type of features can be added in future. So uh, it has a wider scope or uh, wider functionalities, because health monitoring or checking the status of a particular person is very information in the present situation, as there are many chances and many problems can arise, many dangers can arise at any moment. So knowing and helping them is very difficult if the danger is happened, if we don't know whether the danger has happened, any drastic situation has happened. So if this device is present, we can actually detect, we can easily alert many people nearby and we can save the lives. So our eGuardian app works to save the souls. Thank you.